This is 7 National News, and in our top story, Her Highness Sheikha Jawahar bint Mohammed Al Qasimi, the wife of Supreme Council member and ruler of Sharjah, His Highness Dr. Sheikh Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi, and the chairperson of the Nama Women Advancement Establishment, has hailed the steps taken by Emirati women on the road to progress and excellence. Her Highness Sheikha Jawahar was speaking on the upcoming occasion of Emirati Women's Day, and according to a report released by Emirates news agency WAM, Her Highness thanked the UAE's leadership constant support for women, stating that as a result, today we see women excelling in various walks of life, including business, science, economy and politics. Meanwhile, the Vice Chairperson of the UAE Gender Balance Council met a delegation from UN Women on Tuesday and welcomed the planned opening of a regional liaison office in October. Her Excellency Mona Al Marri, who is also chairperson of the Dubai Foundation for Women, commended the October 17 opening of the GCC Regional Liaison Office of UN Women, which will be in Abu Dhabi. She also said that the UAW leadership spare no effort in establishing an appropriate climate to provide women with opportunities to prove themselves and to contribute to the country's progress and development. The UAE's nuclear regulator, Federal Authority of Nuclear Regulation, has presented the country's third national report to the International Atomic Energy Agency. According to the news agency WAM, the report was presented as part of the UAE's participation in the 7th review meeting of the parties to the Convention on Nuclear Safety. It is available to all 78 parties and mentions preparations that are underway for the country's first nuclear reactor to begin operations, which is expected early next year. The report also includes an update to the lessons learned from the 2011 accident at Japan's Fukushima power station and the measures taken in the UAE to prevent a similar incident. The convention will take place from March 27 to April 7 next year at the IAEA headquarters in Vienna. On average, around $4 billion worth of food is being dumped at the landfills across the country. That's according to the chairperson of the Emirates Environmental Group during a seminar calling for sustainable production and consumption. Informed consumer is the key for sustainable production and consumption. That was the main message from the panelists who spoke during the seminar, where they highlighted food shortage as a major concern. Speaking during the seminar, Habiba Al-Marashi, the chairperson of the EEG, said that in 2014, total food imports into the country were $100 billion. That is set to rise to $400 billion in 2020. Of that, 3.27 million tons of food worth almost $4 billion is wasted every year. As part of the recommendations, the panelists said that reducing food waste starts at home and encouraged consumers to not only reduce food that is thrown out, but to also be smarter shoppers and only buy products that are produced by sustainable companies.
Now that we have been hit by economic crisis and financial crisis in 2008, and we are seeing something else looming in the horizon from last year, and you have the prices of oil coming down so drastically and affecting really economies of many parts of the world, particularly our region. It will force us again to look critically close home. What do we need to change? But the most important thing we need to change is our attitude and our mindset and the way we act and behave. And I hope that we will really be able, as responsible citizens, as citizens of 21st century, as people who love their countries, who are loyal to their countries and to their societies, to act in a responsible manner.
According to the representative from United Nations Environment Programme, the main aim of the organization is to decouple economic growth from the adverse effects on the environment, while stating that humanity currently uses an equivalent of 1.5 planet Earths, and added that the global population must act now to overcome the current environmental challenges.
Our style of living is now becoming very unsustainable because all we think about is consuming, consuming, consuming. And by becoming more responsible about how we are consuming and what we are consuming, and is what we are consuming sustainable, or is the product that is coming to us has been produced in a sustainable manner, this will drive the whole key. This is why the governments, when they met in 2015 to agree on the Sustainable Development Goals, which not only came from the government, it was posted on website on the Sustainable Development website, and people voted for these. The whole globe voted for it, and from there were a lot of goals, but 17 of the top goals that were voted for and were agreed by the governments. Number 12 is the responsible consumption and production.
The Abu Dhabi Education Council has announced the launch of a new scheme that will help bright or gifted students to realize their potential while also nurturing their talent. Aimed to support the development of an Emirati knowledge-based economy, ADEC has said that each school will designate 2 staff members to receive intensive training and help their colleagues to use the program's resources to achieve the goals. Abu Dhabi Education Council on Tuesday held a workshop to brief teachers and administrators on the pilot program. The 9 teachers were given an overview of the project and its resources. ADEC also announced that the teachers will also receive a special curriculum with guidelines to identify gifted and talented students. Furthermore, the educational body said in a statement that research has shown that unless gifted and talented pupils have appropriate study materials and support, they might underachieve and fail to reach their full potential. Police have warned residents about the dangers of using unlicensed taxis after 50 drivers were caught transporting passengers from Abu Dhabi Airport. According to local reports, the drivers of Asian origin were caught in an operation by Abu Dhabi's CID and the General Directorate for Security and Ports Affairs. Their vehicles were confiscated and legal action will be taken against them. CID officials noted that the move is in line with efforts to promote security in Abu Dhabi, and they urged the public to use only cabs licensed by the government instead of private taxis. The report added that in November 2013, the Centre for Regulation of Transport by Hire Cars introduced a new fleet of luxury taxis that can carry up to 7 people. But with higher starting fares for passengers departing Abu Dhabi Airport, where flag fall increased from 3.5 dirhams to 25 dirhams. Many people in Abu Dhabi, mostly labourers, use illegal taxis because of the lower fares and the availability in remote areas. Additionally, the law imposes fines of between 5,000 and 10,000 dirhams for a 30-day jail term for both on offenders. But in recent rulings, illegal drivers have been fined and had their cars seized and auctioned. All RTA public transport buses in Dubai will soon have accident prevention technology, which helped reduce accidents by 50% during its trial phase. According to senior RTA officials, the accident prevention system is currently implemented in a few intercity and urban buses, and soon all buses will also be equipped with this technology. Officials highlighted that the anti-crash technology, which recently won the Transportation Smart Services Excellence Award, drastically brought down own-fault accidents by bus drivers. Officials stated that the safety performance of buses equipped with this technology is much better when compared to other public transport operators worldwide. While the own-fault accident rate per 100,000 kilometers was 1.05 in 2010, the implementation of this technology reduced that rate by 50% to 0.49 last year. The buses equipped with the technology saw an 88% reduction in incidents of fatigue and 76% reduction in distraction of drivers in the trial phase recently. The technology works by alerting the driver and the operational control center about potential threats that might result in accidents, and is based on multiple sensors, advanced cameras, as well as warning and alert systems that are directly connected to the center. And finally, in the bulletin, bookworms and literature enthusiasts across the country will be delighted to hear that Sharjah International Book Fair will return for its 35th edition this November. Organisers have revealed that the world's third largest event of its kind will celebrate 3.5 decades of reading, culture and knowledge, and it will take place from the 2nd of November to the 12th of November at the Expo Centre Sharjah. Organisers have promised an extensive programme of activities for all book lovers throughout the 11-day fair, with events to also feature workshops and activities that cater to all community segments. The fair attracts numerous visitors to Sharjah to buy books, meet their favourite authors and celebrities and participate in its extensive programme of activities. Furthermore, organisers have said that the SIBF 2016 will be held 2 days after October's month of reading to continue enriching minds and meeting the demand from all generations who love reading and seek knowledge through books and publications.